Welcome to the Voices That Propel Us, stories of justice, action, and community, a space where justice meets action and community voices rise. Each episode, we bring you stories from the front lines, changemakers, disruptors, and everyday heroes who are building a more just, equitable, and liberated world. This is more than a podcast. It's a call to listen, learn, and move together. You were just listening to music from the incredibly talented Stephen Kong. You can find him on Spotify and Bandcamp. Today we have with us Amy Acosta and her daughter Fiona. Amy is a dedicated troop leader with the Girl Scouts, where she empowers young girls to discover their voices, build confidence, and develop entrepreneurial and leadership skills. Through her guidance, Amy helps her troop learn the value of teamwork, service, and community engagement, instilling in them a lifelong commitment to making a positive impact. Passionate about nurturing the next generation of changemakers, she believes in creating inclusive spaces where every girl can thrive, dream big, and see herself as a leader. Oh, hi, Amy. Hi, Fiona. How are the both of you doing today? It's so wonderful to have you. You've done, just really amazing things in the community. And Amy, specifically, I really admire you for empowering girls, especially, in Hemet. How are the both of you doing today?
Good. You're doing great.
Okay, cool. I'd love to, just explore things with you and stuff. But Amy, just to start off, what inspired you to become a Girl Scout troop leader?
I wanted to spend more time with my daughter because I was starting nursing school.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And I wanted to make sure I had the time set that I would always be with her.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. And when you first started leading, what kind of impact did you hope to make? And, did you notice that this kind of evolved over time?
I didn't really decide to lead. It sort of chose me to lead.
Oh, cool.
I was voluntold by Girl Scouts, and it was the best decision they made.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I just knew I wanted to be involved and help her. And then I ended up with my own troop. And it grew from there. Okay. And I originally wanted a safe place for my daughter to go because we don't live in the best neighborhood in Hemet. Yeah. And by doing this, it gives her people to play with, people to grow with and learn from. And
that's really cool. So you really started this troop from the ground up? You recruited the girls and everything?
No, it was actually my old troop. We split in half. That's right. And that was how we started. And then we only had a few girls and then it grew from there. Okay. So I only have maybe one original girl. Two, counting my kid. Okay. And so since then, it's just grown. We always keep the troop open. People come, people go, and I respect their wishes if they leave because a lot of times it's for different reasons. Yeah. But it's also making sure that they know it's okay to leave, and then it's also okay to come back. It's okay. And it's just supposed to be a fun place. It's not supposed to be scary or strict.
Like a boot camp.
Not like a boot camp. You're correct.
Oh, that's cool. I love that. And so, with the work that you do with Girl Scouts, how do you see it playing a part in helping to strengthen the larger community versus just the individual troop?
And we do like to do a lot of help in the community and cleanups and stuff. We actually are about to start our bronze project with our juniors, which is a community project.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So it's something to basically improve our community.
Yeah.
So we're about to start that with our troop and our two friends, or one friend from outside of our troop. Okay. Because for our bronze project, you could have anybody. Okay. And I have at least, I think it's 5 girls that are going to do bronze together. So that will be fun. And then there's talk of doing a silver with my older ones, which is also community, but it's a little bit more in depth.
Oh, cool.
And it's projects to help the community. You've seen some of them around town. There's a seed library. That was a bronze project. Sometimes they do the book libraries. And I've seen other ones that do food libraries. Okay. So they put canned food in the little libraries instead of books and seeds. And that's really cool.
That's really cool.
To help the community.
Yeah, I didn't know that they had that. I'm excited to see those come to life too. And Fiona, I'd love to hear from you. So how long have you been a Girl Scout and why did you want to join Girl Scouts?
I've been a Girl Scout for around 5 years, and I wanted to join it so that way I have other people to play with, because we, as my mom said earlier, we don't have the nicest neighborhood.
Yeah. No, that's wonderful, though. Thank you, Fiona. And so Amy, what does leadership look like to you? And how do you help to build and nurture that kind of leadership with your troop?
It's partly about making decisions and teaching them that they get a voice in their decisions.
Yeah.
So I lead and I plan for the meetings, but all the meetings have been picked by the girls. So they tell me what badges they want to work on, and then I work it into the schedule. And so that we get to do the badges they want, because Girl Scouts is really about girl led. Yeah. And so them figuring out what they want to do. They chose to go to Disneyland actually a while back. And that was interesting, making sure we had the funds to do it. So that's something I know a lot of people, they make a budget to plan for. I find to take the stress off, we don't do a budget ahead of time. We go with, this is what we made. Now we can plan off of what we have. Because I know a lot of times they're like, oh, you need to make a budget and figure it out. But I'm like, I don't like that stress on my girls. It's, this is what we have. Let's see what we can do with it. And work within a budget that way versus, oh, we need a plan, so you have to sell so much. I do have a few crazy sellers in my troop, my kid being the main one. But I also have some that don't want to sell, and I don't want pressure on the families for that. So we just, we go off of what they want and they choose it. So they're leading their own path with it. And then they get to go from there. And then with if they want to do their own business, we have a few girls who are very arts and crafty. It's like, oh, that would be cool if you want to make more and then figure out how to run your business and stuff. Because we have some that like to crochet and stuff like that.
Yes, go ahead, Fiona.
I actually like to do a lot of crafts myself. I'm actually drawing right now.
And then I find sometimes the girls will take charge in meetings and start the meetings, because it's always the same. We always do our pledge, our law, our promise. And even when we had other girls visiting, they helped take charge. Like, all right, guys, let's get the meeting started. Because I was having issues with a computer, trying to get on Wi-Fi that wasn't working. But I loved it because they just jumped in. Okay, let's get started. And it didn't have to be me doing it or the other parents doing it.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. And I think that's one thing that I really appreciate about Girl Scouts, and also being in the troop and selling and stuff, and teaching girls these entrepreneurial skills, because I think it's so important, just knowing business, especially at a young age. So as the girls are selling and they're budgeting and everything, do you think they're it's clicking for them? These are money skills or whatever. I'm sure they realize too about the budgeting.
Because I know my kid, she now knows when we go shopping. Sometimes we're on a budget going shopping. And so we look at the prices. I've actually taught him at a meeting last time we did finances. And so I taught him that a lot of labels at grocery stores has a little spot on it that says how many per ounce or per thing, so that you know which one's the better milk, better deal. So we looked at milk, a gallon versus a half gallon, which one's actually a better deal versus which one's cheaper. So a gallon is technically a better deal because you get more milk per cents, versus if you have a budget and you have to stay in it, then you're going to get the half gallon kind of thing. And so teaching them that it's not always, oh, I want this, I want the big one. It's look at or I only want a little bit, but I have more money. Is it worth it to do that? Or should I get the bigger one kind of thing?
Well, that's cool.
So we were teaching them financing. Actually, we did a whole meeting on it.
That's really cool.
And making sure they understood that just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's bad either.
Yeah.
And so figuring out, so they've also learned to manage their own money. So if they have so much money, they know, oh, I need to make it stretch. So should I save it to get the better thing I want, or should I just spend it right away kind of thing? So it's teaching them definitely with the money.
Cool. That's really amazing. And you kind of talked about this too, just about the girls getting to choose what kind of badges that they want to pursue. Have they ever been able to explore maybe issues or causes that they're really passionate about? So I know that, Fiona's even mentioned noticing living maybe not in a great part of Hemet or something. Have girls talked about things that maybe they see that they're passionate about, or maybe want to just talk about?
We've been doing more research because of the Bronze Project, but none of them, because we have girls from all walks of life in our troop.
Right.
We have some from really nice neighborhoods in Hemet, some from the bad. We have some that come from out of Hemet too. So there's differences night and day everywhere, even in our troop. So like they see the difference. So like our hand-me-down line is great. It's a weird thing we have. Started when our troop first began of instead of wasting or getting rid of clothes, we give it to the troop and whoever it fits gets to keep it.
Okay.
And so that works for the girls that are maybe not from the best neighborhoods or the ones that don't have the money versus the ones who have the money that can buy all the new outfits.
Actually, one time when one of my friends, she actually was bringing hand-me-downs to a Girl Scout meeting. We were actually playing around, and apparently we decided to do, if you can keep it on, you can like bring it home. I stuffed like 3,000 pieces of clothing on. But here's the thing, I had all that on plus my school uniform because I just came from school. So that happened, and apparently I got most of the things. My mom...
I tried to steal the shoes because the shoes fit me.
Exactly.
And the rule was if you had them on, you got to keep them. And when they said that, I had the shoes on.
I took them back. I was wearing them on my feet, and I was also wearing the other shoes on my hands.
I love that. That's really wonderful. No, I think that's really good. And I think maybe even if the girls don't realize that, you're like instilling just this compassion and kindness and like giving back and stuff. I think that's really beautiful. Have you ever noticed there was this like moment when a girl really stepped into like her power as like being a leader, like stepping up?
There's been a few times in my troop where you can see them starting to take charge more.
Yeah.
I have one girl who's super shy, and you can still see her doing some of the leadership things. She's still shy, but she's doing it. The issue I have found though is she needs to learn to use her voice a little bit more, only because we have a lot of big voices in our troop.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yes, you're small, but small can be mighty, and you gotta be heard over the noise, basically.
And that's cool. Now, how do you encourage her to like step up though?
I ask.
Okay.
So when we're doing things, I make a point to ask everybody what an answer is so that they have a chance, and it's not just the ones who are louder and who are easy to answer kind of thing. And I make a point, even, it was actually funny. I asked them at our finance meeting, I told them what our account was and how can we make it go up. And I put it on the board, and all of them are like, oh, you need to times it. You'd like to make a number go up. I finally asked my little Daisy, who was there, I'm like, how do you think we could get this number to go up? She's like, you add to it. I'm like, how do you add to it? She's like, you sell things. This came from my littlest one, was the only one who actually got the answer right of you add, you sell, versus everybody in their smarter minds were like, oh, you need to times it. That's how you get it to grow. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, they're not wrong, but like, we need to sometimes step back to the simple answers, and having young ones in the troop has actually made it a little bit like, oh, you need to give them a chance because sometimes they're right.
Yeah, that's so cool. I'd love to connect with that girl because that's actually what I learned in my own journey being a leader because, I feel like when I was younger, I thought like, oh, to be a leader, you have to be the one on the microphone or like be loud. But it's just like, for me, you know me too, like I'm pretty soft spoken, but I think I've learned how to like step into that leadership and like, no, it's just, you don't have to be loud to be a leader. And I'd love to connect with that little girl and have a conversation with her.
I'm a firm believer of you don't have to be loud to be a leader. However, most people assume I'm a leader because I'm also loud. But it's not even that I'm loud, is I've learned to use my voice for the right reasons.
Like how you got a very good mom voice.
I do have a very good mom voice. I use it sometimes at Girl Scouts when sometimes we get a little rowdy and it comes out. And the one thing I love about even my mom voice is all the other moms are fine with it. Yeah. We parent each other's kids to a point where it's not, you can't tell my kids something, which I find is a beautiful relationship and helps them learn to respect everybody, not just their parent. I mean, I don't use it that often, but it's not what it is when I use it, it's not, oh, I'm sorry. Well, I usually sometimes say that, but everybody is okay with it. They're like, no, that's fine. It works. Like they're trying to get their attention back. And like, it's not yelling. It's a mom voice. There's two separate things with that. And I find like just that community that we're all on the same page. We're all going to help parent each other's, because I really believe it's a village to raise any kid. I'm like, without a village, what do you have? You have one person trying to survive
Yeah, no, that's really beautiful. And I think we need that, especially now. Fiona, I'd love to hear from you though. So what does a leader mean to you? Like what do you think of a leader when you think of a leader?
I think of someone who helps other people grow more, and I also sometimes think of someone who is, I'm gonna say this on behalf, because I'm also a little bit of a leader. I have leadership skills, but sometimes he can be a little bit bossy, like me. Sometimes if they're like acting out and stuff, that sometimes happens.
Oh, that's cool. And is there a time, Fiona, when you felt proud of yourself or your troop for something that you like accomplished together?
I'm gonna say when we hit the actual enough money to go to Disneyland. That was actually really exciting, and also this year when we got to go to California Adventure.
Oh yes, we've done 2 trips. We did Disney and we've done California Adventure.
Yeah, when will we get to go to Animal Kingdom?
Ooh. Well, that would be something you have to spend a lot more money, and that means you have to save up probably. And probably when we're older, we can go out of state. But with certain age groups, you can't travel like that.
Okay.
Yeah, our daisies are on stricter rules, right. And they also get like a chaperone.
Just wait for our daisies to become juniors, then we can go.
She has genius ideas.
Oh, that's cool. So, Fiona, what's something that you learned in Girl Scouts that helped you to like build your confidence, like feel good about yourself, and also like be more brave?
I'm gonna say some of our meetings actually have other people who sometimes actually help me. And they help me a lot through like rough times because I am very emotional. Apparently, some people actually say that I have karma because I get hurt a lot.
I like because she has had some things, and we have had other moms around. So if I'm leading the troop, I'm leading the troop. So if she does start having issues, sometimes another mom will go with her or help her through her issue. I like to say she was a natural born leader though. And so she just sort of stepped into the role. I think she's learned with cookies though, talking to people and understanding it's okay if people actually say no. And I feel like that's helped her a little bit outside of Girl Scouts because I'm like, it's okay. So my kid really likes hugs as a goodbye. And as I've taught her, you have to ask. If they don't want a hug, that's okay. And so she's gotten better at, they didn't want a hug. And so that's okay.
I cry if I don't feel
if she misses it altogether. But we've learned that it's okay if they say no, because some people, they don't want to be touched. And that's, we got to respect people's boundaries.
Yeah.
So
Amy, are there any like community service projects that your troop worked on that you're really proud of?
Not as many at the moment. We keep trying to go and then to like Simpson Park and do a cleanup, but things keep happening every time. I think one of the times I got sick when we were supposed to do it and stuff. So we're trying to get that back on like the books of going and doing cleanups.
Yeah.
But it's not as many as I would like anymore.
Okay. What kind would you like to see? I know you were talking about the bronze, like, that project too.
The bronze, they were talking with a friend who already had an idea of going and checking out the parks.
Okay.
And seeing if there's a way to add hopscotch to the parks and looking at the different paints that we can use that are non-toxic, that will hold up in the rain. That's one that we're looking at for the bronze at the moment.
I have another idea. We can just build more parks in general.
I do love that. Building more parks sounds like a great idea.
Because if we build more parks, that means that there's also more room for the hopscotch.
The other thing we wanted to do is actually go and do a meal at Valley Restart. And so I need to contact them.
Cool.
Cause that's our homeless shelter here in town. They are family and they do singles. It's a great program. I actually volunteered there myself once.
Okay.
And so it's just knowing what resources there are out there for people. Cause we do have a homeless problem here and we would like to help the homeless. We have actually given Girl Scout cookies to homeless before.
I remember that. That's really
at a booth when you see a homeless. Especially if we already have enough donations, we would just hand them a box then and count that. We donated it to a good cause, so why not?
No, that's beautiful. That's really
so
cool.
We still do that.
Yeah, I love that. So how do you feel, Fiona, when you feel like you're making a difference through Girl Scouts?
I feel very proud that I actually made a difference, and also that difference might actually change the world.
That's cool. No, actually, that's what I wanted to ask the both of you. So what does making a difference to each of you mean to you?
I already answered that.
Okay. No, it's all
good. Making a difference, I find it just starts with one. It's that ripple. If I can help one girl, even if they're not in the troop anymore, but if I could help them understand things, and understand the world, and then they can go and be a better person. Because in our troop, we are very inclusive. We have girls with special needs, girls with learning disabilities, and we treat everybody the exact same. And I would like for them, even when they leave Girl Scouts one day, to make sure that they carry that with them, that they're going to treat everybody the same. It's like, no matter where walk of life, what learning, mental disability, any of that. It's like, we need to treat people with respect, no matter what.
No, I really love that. And, by the both of you being in like Girl Scouts, this troop, like, has that like changed the way that you see your community?
I don't think so for me, but I've worked in this community for a long time. I used to work in our Medi-Cal office in pediatrics. So I would see all walks of life come in either way. And I've seen the difference being kind can make. Even there, they would always request me because I was the nice nurse.
Oh, that's nice.
And it doesn't cost you anything to be the nice nurse. You're nice to people. Like, most people think I know everybody, which might be true. I don't think I do. But because I treat everybody like they would be a friend. And so they're like, oh, how do you know them? I'm like, what do you mean? I just met them. And they're like, oh, you're just so friendly with them. I was like, but I'm friendly with everybody because everybody needs a friend. You don't know what they're going through. You don't know what's going on with them even that day. So just making that little bit.
That's cool.
One time at my therapy office, I actually set up this one little thing because I actually had to stop there. I actually set up a little like dining room setup on their table. Apparently, my therapist said that like one of their other workers there actually walked in because they actually use that same office, and they said that actually just made their day.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a little axe.
Yeah. So, Fiona, what does community mean to you? Do you know what community means?
Barely.
So it's just like people coming together. So even you could think like your Girl Scout troop is its own community.
Kinda
you live
like
in the
fundraisers?
community.
No, not fundraisers. We're thinking community. Like, a Girl Scout is our own community. We have a community of Girl Scout sisters, ones that aren't in our troop. But like church, that is also a church community as well. And then we have the community where we live in, even if we don't know all the neighbors because we've gotten some new ones. That would also be a community.
Yeah. So when you think of community, what does it make you feel like, or what do you think of when you hear community?
Well, my community, as my mom said earlier, sometimes there's a lot of homeless people, so sometimes it makes me feel a little bit sad for those people. But also makes me feel happy too, because other people in the community, like the homeless shelters, they actually help take care of those people.
Oh, that's really cool. So, Amy, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but I love to talk about it more. So your Girl Scout troop is like really diverse. I think that's really cool. And it's something I've always appreciated. So as a leader, how do you make sure that this troop is like a space where every girl feels seen, heard, and valued? So regardless of their background.
I make a point to ask every girl. Like, if I'm asking a question, I make a point that every girl gets to answer. I'm not just ones who raise their hand the fastest, or the ones that are the loudest and can shout their answer. Because I do have a few that are going to stay quiet. I have some that we give them time to answer. But some of them take a second to try and answer. I think one, I believe, has a little speech issue. And so it takes her a second to think about how she wants to word it, to say it as well. So you give them the time. You make sure everybody has a chance to answer. And it's not, it's only one person going to answer every question.
Yeah, no, I love that. And how about for you, Fiona? So how do you make sure that your friends, like in the Girl Scout troops, they feel like welcomed and that they belong in the troop? What do you do?
Sometimes if they're like trying to stay quiet and stuff, sometimes I just help comfort them if they're going through a rough time. And also, like, sometimes I'd welcome them. kind of. So sometimes I want to arrange parties, but I'm afraid my mom won't let me.
I do believe we actually have a meetup thing that we're going to be scheduling because she really wants to have her friends over now.
Okay.
Because she's made lots of friends in her Girl Scouts and she wants to invite them all over.
I tried to kidnap some.
She tries to get them in the car so they get to go home with us for a little bit. And I was like,
that's cool.
I love it. But the issue is I work the next day. Yeah. And so I can only keep them for so long.
Hey, you could have just kept them. You could have took them while they were sleeping and put them in the car. That would be
a no. But no, I love that she likes everybody. She's actually the loud one in the troop. And so when she's having fun, I see her try and grab everybody to have fun with her, even when they're not supposed to be having fun like that. Okay. So like I said, she's a natural born leader. We're learning that she needs to do good leading versus just leading them into trouble. Yeah. So we've watched some films that help with that as well. Like, what is it? The Hidden Figures. And how that it was okay when she spoke up because she was doing it for the better good versus this other time they were doing it that wasn't okay. Okay. Kind of thing. Hidden Figures has to do with NASA, I believe. Okay, and cool. The Black women that were helping with that's all the math and stuff. And so, but teaching her that, yes, you're a leader, but not all leaders are good leaders. And not all leaders are nice. And so making sure that we know if you're going to be a leader, use it for good powers, not bad. Yeah.
What kind of leader do you want to be, Fiona?
I want to be a leader who actually helps out people and also tries not to lead them into trouble. But that is also kind of tricky for me. Personally. So, yeah.
So I was just wondering, Amy, so the work that you've done with the girls, like what have they taught you about leadership, resilience, or hope? Like, have you learned from the girls, like working with them?
I've learned lots of patience. Okay. I mean, I've always had patience because I work in a healthcare setting where sometimes you got to be patient, but they've taught me that you got to be extra patient. Yeah. Totally. And you got to wait and you got to let them do their thing as well. So it's not of, I'm going to pick everything we're doing and I'm going to tell you this is what we're doing. It's with Girl Scouts, it taught me that it's okay not to do everything myself. Mm-hmm. It's okay for them to take charge. It's okay. I now have a new co-leader actually. Uh-huh. And ever since she stepped in, and it's been like a wait, like, because it's like, it doesn't have to just be me. It's other people that can help step up kind of thing. And it's taught me that it's okay to step back. Yes, I'm still leading, but it's okay to let them blossom, basically. Let them bloom and become their own. It's so beautiful. It's crazy because some of my girls are older. I do have like a cadet in my thing, and I see her go and help the rest of the girls. And it's so beautiful helping, like seeing the older ones help the younger ones now.
That's so beautiful.
We have some that don't come every meeting. Mm-hmm. I don't kick people out of the troop either.
I think that's beautiful. That's really
life
wonderful.
Happens. I mean, I'm there every meeting because I'm the leader and I have to be and I have the key. But there are girls that they haven't come for a while. If they come back, they come back. Like I have some, I think right now I've been averaging about 5 girls attending every meeting for like the last 2 months. But we have 13 girls in our troop still.
No, that's cool.
So it's just really life keeps happening and different things keep causing people not to be able to come. We've also had sickness in the troop. And so like my co-leader couldn't come one time because her kid got COVID actually. Oh, wow. And so her little one, that when he gets sick, he gets sick. Oh, no. And so I'm like, absolutely stay home. Don't even try. So it's just seeing that it's okay if they don't come because they usually come back if you give them the freedom. I've seen a troop where if you don't show up to 3 meetings, you're out of the troop. Like, but what does that teach the girls? Yeah. I was like, it's not the girl's fault they can't come. Usually it's always the parent, never a girl. Right. Kind of thing. So
that's beautiful. I love that compassion that you have for people too. So when you think about like the kind of world that you hope that the girls will grow up in, like what we're leaving behind for the girls, what do you imagine? Like, what do you want the world to look like for them?
I want the world to see people as people and not, that's just them, or, that's just the homeless, or, that's just she's just being a girl. I was like, no, we're all equal. we all should be treated the same. And I find, because even with my daughter, and she has a learning disability, and even the doctor's like, it's actually very rare for girls to get diagnosed, and especially that young.
Yeah.
But the only reason why she got diagnosed is because I knew what I was looking at, and I advocated for her. I want a world full of advocates for everybody, because it's hard to advocate for yourself. But if you have somebody doing it for you, it makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
So I actually am a mentor at my school as well. And I was helping this girl. I was like, you need to go to the disability office. You need to make sure you get in there. It's like, you need to go. And she just like, well, I didn't know how to do it. I was like, oh, here, I'll teach you all the steps, like how to do it. And basically advocating, she needs the help. You need to go get it. But for her, it was so hard to do it herself. Kind of thing. And so I just want to make sure that my girls know that it's okay to speak up, and it's not frowned upon. And I want them to do that in real life. And when they grow up, be able to speak their mind and not worry about repercussions.
No, that's so beautiful that you're teaching them that, because I feel like there's a lot of things that I don't know, I just feel like the society just teaches us, oh, you just got to grin and bear it and just like let things, just pass. Or like, even myself, like I've been dismissed a lot in the medical system. So I think it's really cool that you're teaching these girls those like life lessons though. Yeah.
Definitely got to get them.
Yeah. So no, that's cool. So it actually leads into the next question. So how do you hope your troop members, or so what do you hope that your troop members will take with them? What kind of learnings that do you want them to have, like growing up, like from being in the troop? Like what kind of things do you want them to have taken away with them?
I want them to have the confidence to use their own voices.
Yeah.
Because if you can't use your voice, I understand they're shy people, but shy people, when they talk, you want to listen.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times when they finally decide to talk and tell you stuff, it's because they have a lot of good things to say.
Yeah.
Loud ones, when you want to listen to the loud ones the most is actually when they get quiet.
Oh,
because when they get quiet is usually when they're more serious. So it's weird. So with me, people know there's something wrong with me when I'm quiet.
Okay.
They're like, there's something wrong with you. You're not talking. You're not. Yeah. And it's like, and then I'll talk, and then I'm like, oh, like, it's one of those, it seems weird to do it that way, but like, you want to listen to those quiet ones when they start talking. But you want to listen. Yes, you want to listen to loud ones all the time. But when they get quieter, usually they're more focused, and that's when you want to listen the most.
That's beautiful. No, that's really cool that you like think that way too. And just for yourself personally, do you want to like see more like women in leadership too?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would love women in leadership. I actually purposely put a business minor with my degree so that eventually I could be a woman in leadership. That's cool. Actually. That's really wonderful. And I try to lead by example. So they see me, I'm also in school. They see me still going and seeing that it's okay to keep going. And it doesn't matter what age you are to keep going and trying to improve yourself. And I want them to always be improving, because like, you don't just stop once you learn something. You just got to keep going and keep learning, because you learn every day if you're paying attention.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Fiona, I have a question for you. If you could come over here real quick. So what do you hope to do next in Girl Scouts? Or, how do you want to make a difference in the future?
I'd like to make a difference in the future by helping people out, and also finding homes for the homeless and giving food donations, and just mainly helping people out in general.
That's wonderful. So if you could give one piece of advice to another girl who is thinking about joining Girl Scouts, what would it be? Like, what would you tell her? Like, oh, you're doing this or that in Girl Scouts. What would get her excited about joining
I'd say that we're doing a lot of fun things. We're also helping people out as we go. We're also doing a lot of fun trips, and we're selling cookies, which is fun. But also we are mainly helping each other out by having us be there for each other.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, this question is for the both of you. So, what does being a part of Girl Scouts help you feel connected to something bigger than yourself?
I personally love the community I found in Girl Scouts. Yeah. Even with people I didn't think would be my community. Like one of our friends who comes to our meetings a lot, she's not part of our troop. The funny part was she was part of my old troop. Okay, and we split. but we had clicked so well, and our girls love each other, and they found each other.
Yeah.
So we stayed in contact, and it was a blessing. Like, maybe that's why I was in that troop, to meet her, because it's that community. And then we've met other people. Not everybody in my troop does it, but my daughter has gone to camp. Okay. And so she's met other Girl Scouts. She's made other friends that aren't from around here, and from all over. And she's being able to create her own community.
That's cool. That's cool. How about you, Fiona? How does like being a part of Girl Scouts, like, how does it make it feel to you like it's something like bigger than just like you or your growth?
I'd say most likely that just mainly helping people out, and the fact that we split troops was actually pretty sad at first, but then I met new people in a new troop. Best part is we're still in contact with some of the people.
Yeah. No, but I had a really wonderful time talking with the both of you. You bring so much heart, so much compassion. And, I think it's really needed, like, in this world right now, just like us loving each other more, being more kind to each other. So just lastly, before we wrap up this conversation, like, how can people find your troop if they'd like to join?
Oh, my troop is actually always open. So they just go on the Girl Scout website. My troop is 1434. You can look it up, but I would also say don't find my troop. Find what troop works for you.
Yeah.
So it's also on when you can meet. And you got to find the troop that works, because if you're trying to attend a troop that meets when you can't do it, there's no point joining that troop.
Yeah.
But yeah, my troop is always open. I have an open door policy with our troop because, as I told you earlier, sometimes we only have 5 girls show up out of our 13, which is why we keep it open, because we're like, the more the merrier, because if we have more girls in the troop, the odds are we're going to have more at our meetings.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's cool. And I had a wonderful time again talking. Are there any like closing words that you'd like to leave, or anything else that you'd like to say before we wrap up?
I'd say most likely, just join Girl Scouts because it's fun, and also they'll be there for you, most likely no matter what. But if something pops up and they can't be there for you, just know that they most likely will be there for you spiritually.
Oh, that's really beautiful, Fiona. That touches my heart.
That was very beautiful. And I would like to point out, she was not scripted on any of this. No. And she surprised Mommy. Yeah. Although that goes back, that does go back to the part where I say, listen to the loud ones when they're quiet.
Yeah.
And she's very quiet when she's talking with us.
Yeah.
But outside of here, she's very loud. So it sort of goes with that whole theory of you got to listen. But it was been great talking to you.
Yeah, you too. Well, have a wonderful time. And, we hope to see you soon. I know cookie season's coming up. So,
February. Right now we're doing fall products.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you again for your time. I had a really good time talking with you.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, well, have a good day. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you for being here and tuning in to Voices That Propel Us, stories of justice, action, and community. Your presence in this movement matters. If today's conversation moved you, share it, talk about it, and keep the work going. Together, we're not just imagining change, we're making it. Until next time, stay bold, stay grounded, and stay in the fight.